The life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h. The life of the Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h., the last messenger of Islam, is a journey that transformed the religious, political, and social fabric of the Arabian Peninsula and, later, the world. His message of monotheism, justice, compassion, and equality has inspired billions, establishing a faith that today claims more than a quarter of the global population as followers. His life is divided into two major periods, before and after receiving prophethood. Each phase demonstrates his character, wisdom, and the profound impact he left on the world. Early life and background 576-10 CE. Muhammad p.b.u.h. was born in 570 CE in the city of Mecca, in present-day Saudi Arabia. He belonged to the noble Quraysh tribe, specifically the Banu Hashim clan. His father, Abdullah, passed away before his birth, and his mother, Amina, died when he was only 6 years old. As a result, he was raised by his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, and later by his uncle, Abu Talib. Despite the challenges of orphanhood, Muhammad p.b.u.h. grew up with a reputation for honesty, earning the titles, Al-Amin, the trustworthy, and As-Sadiq, the truthful. He worked as a shepherd and later became a successful merchant. At the age of 25, he married Khadija bint Khuwaylid, a wealthy widow who was 15 years his senior. Their marriage was one of mutual respect, love, and support. Khadija played a pivotal role in Muhammad's p.b.u.h. life, especially during the early days of his prophethood. The first revelation and early preaching 610-622 CE. At the age of 40, during one of his spiritual retreats to the cave of Hira, on the outskirts of Mecca, Muhammad p.b.u.h. received the first revelation from Allah God through the angel Gabriel. The first words revealed were, Iqra, read, marking the beginning of the Quran's divine revelation. This event deeply impacted him, and Khadija, his wife, became the first to believe in his prophethood. Initially, Muhammad p.b.u.h. began spreading the message of Islam quietly, inviting close family and friends to the new faith. Notable early converts included Ali ibn Abi Talib, his cousin Abu Bakr, a close friend, and Uthman ibn Affan. However, as his following grew, the Quraysh, the dominant tribe in Mecca, grew increasingly hostile. They saw Islam's emphasis on monotheism and social justice as a threat to their political and economic power. Despite persecution, Muhammad p.b.u.h. continued his mission, preaching against idolatry, injustice, and the mistreatment of the poor and marginalized. The Meccans responded with a boycott of the Muslims and their supporters, forcing them into a state of near starvation. This period, known as the Year of Sorrow, saw the death of both his beloved wife Khadija and his protector, Abu Talib, in 619 CE. The Hijra and the Medinan period, 622-630 CE. In 622 CE, due to the increasing hostility in Mecca, Muhammad p.b.u.h. and his followers migrated to Yathrib, later renamed Medina, an event known as the Hijra. This migration marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, the Prophet p.b.u.h. not only acted as a spiritual leader but also became a political and social reformer. He established the Constitution of Medina, a remarkable document that outlined the rights and responsibilities of the various tribes and communities in Medina, including Muslims, Jews, and other groups, promoting coexistence and mutual protection. In Medina, the Muslim community grew rapidly, and the city became the center of the Islamic movement. However, tensions with the Quraysh of Mecca continued, leading to several significant battles. The Battle of Badr in 624 CE was the first major victory for the Muslims, despite their being outnumbered. However, this was followed by the Battle of Uhud in 625 CE, where the Muslims suffered a setback. Despite these challenges, Muhammad p.b.u.h. remained steadfast and continued his mission. The conquest of Mecca, 630 CE. By 630 CE, the balance of power had shifted in favor of the Muslims. After years of conflict, the Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h. and his followers marched peacefully into Mecca, with little resistance from the Quraysh. In a moment of profound mercy, he forgave his former enemies and cleansed the Kaaba of its idols, re-establishing it as a center of monotheistic worship. The conquest of Mecca was a pivotal moment in Islamic history, as it marked the unification of the Arabian Peninsula under Islam. Final years and farewell sermon, 636-32 CE. In the last 2 years of his life, the Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h. focused on consolidating the Islamic State and spreading the message of Islam beyond Arabia. His most significant address during this time was his farewell sermon in 632 CE, delivered during his last pilgrimage. In this sermon, he emphasized the importance of equality, justice, and compassion, stating, "All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor does a non-Arab have any superiority over an Arab." He also reminded the people of their duties toward one another, urging them to treat women kindly and to hold fast to the Quran and his teachings as guidance for future generations. His farewell message encapsulated the core values of Islam, laying the foundation for a just and equitable society. Death and legacy. In 632 CE, shortly after returning to Medina from his farewell pilgrimage, Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h. fell ill. He passed away on June 8, 632 CE, at the age of 63. His death marked the end of his earthly life, but his legacy lives on through the religion of Islam, which continues to inspire and guide millions. His life exemplified humility, forgiveness, leadership, and devotion to God. He brought a message that transformed not only the Arabian Peninsula but also influenced world history, politics, and culture. Islam's emphasis on social justice, compassion, and monotheism has resonated across centuries, spreading from Arabia to Africa, Europe, Asia, and beyond. The Prophet Muhammad's p.b.u.h. legacy is not just his spiritual teachings but also his character as a statesman, reformer, and human being who cared deeply for humanity, regardless of race, status, or background. His life remains a model of how one individual can influence and improve the world. Conclusion. The life of the Prophet Muhammad p.b.u.h. serves as a beacon of hope, resilience, and compassion. From his humble beginnings as an orphan in Mecca to becoming a leader who transformed societies, his life is a testament to the power of faith and dedication. His message of justice, equality, and the worship of one God continues to shape the lives of millions, offering a timeless example of leadership, mercy, and integrity.